All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Here today on January 19th, 2019. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Reading Rainbow 2.0, as we are focusing on personal development, and we are going through the book, Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. And so we're picking up in chapter 4, which is Faith, the Prerequisite to Power. And today we'll be talking about the fundamentals of faith. And also we'll be going through a story of a Black historical figure. If you can't keep your head when all about you, if you can't keep your head when all about you. Also, we'll have our affirmation of the day as well. And while you guys are connecting, go and let us know what city, what state you're connecting from. Also, go ahead and hit that like button, that share button, let people know that we're here. That's exactly what we'll do. Of course, we are broadcasting across all our platforms: Facebook Live, Instagram Live, YouTube Live, and also our podcast as well. And so we're just super excited to continue to bring value to our community. And I just truly believe that as we focus on fixing ourselves, we'll be able to fix everything else in our life. That's right. We focus on fixing ourselves, we'll be able to fix everything else in our life. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna hit this share button, let people know that we're here, and then we will get this show on the road, man. Hope you guys are ready to have you guys a fantastic weekend. This is a Saturday morning here. I'm not quite sure when you may watch this. It may be now, maybe later, but it's Saturday today when we're broadcasting today. So if you guys want to join us live, of course, we do broadcast Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time across all our platforms. You can catch us live and be a part of the show if you'd like to do that as well. So just make sure that you, schedule accordingly. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I don't know, we sometimes do it 8, sometimes do it at 9. So we'll work on that. We'll work on that schedule. But thank God, I'm still here. Lady Ashley, good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining here today, the New Black Wall Street Book Club. We'll be going through the book again. Continue along. Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. Think and Grow Rich, a Black Choice. And I'm almost ready. I am almost ready. Hit that like button, that share button, so people know that we're here. Time to get the show on the road. It's New Black Wall Street Book Club. Mr. DJ, hit the music. Can't play that one. Sorry. Here we go.
New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us again here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Reading Rainbow 2.0. Good morning to you. The early bird gets the worm. And we some bookworms around here. That's right. We some bookworms around here. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprise and ERGJ Black Bazaar, and also international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club, which is a study of Black wealth, a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. We actually do have a club as well. The book club is inside of the Black Billionaires Club, and you have an opportunity to join that club if you desire to. Just simply go to theblackbillionairesclub.com, theblackbillionairesclub.com, and join the club today. Inside, you'll have the book club where we focus on personal development and also business development. Financial literacy are some things that we share as well, and also investment education to teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you work for your money. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, it's only $10 a month. Great value for you to be able to learn some of the stuff that we were not taught, and that you can learn and you can begin to make a difference, and not only in your life, but your family's life as well. Today's episode is sponsored by ERGJ Black Bazaar, where you can pick up your journals. That's right, we still got journals available. Now, why do we talk about journals a lot? Because here's the deal. What we do here is we focus on what successful people do, and then we mimic their success. So successful people, they read, Yep, they read. That's one thing that they say they all do. And they also write down their goals, their dreams, their ideas. And so you can pick up a journal. Just simply go to ergjblackbazaar.com, ergjblackbazaar.com. The one we're holding today is Walk by Faith. Walk by Faith. And so this has some scriptures in it, got you some nice clean paper for you to keep up with all of the wonderful things that you're going to do this year and beyond. All right, this year and beyond. So it's time right now, guys, for our daily motivation for African-American success. Our daily motivation for African-American success. Day number, January 19th says, step back, Jack. Step back, Jack. Here's our quote of the day. Simply says this: no one can figure out your worth but you. No one can figure out your worth but you. And here's our little passage for today. Our success, our wealth, and our abundance do not come from technology or from our vast mineral resource or from our production lines within our factories. They do not come from our manipulation of markets or our political and economic system, science, or military might. Whence, then you ask, do they emanate? Where can you find the key to the 21st century? It can be found where it has been located, where it's always been located, in you, the individual. We have all read news stories telling of almost superhuman feats performed by people under the pressure of a strong emotional stimulus. For example, a 12-year-old boy lifts an unmovable log off the legs of his father, or a slender housewife frees her husband trapped beneath the family car. People with a burning desire. Everybody put it down, so burning desire. People with a burning desire to accomplish an ambitious goal do accomplish it, while others, without realizing their full potential, fall by the wayside. Watch an artist painting a picture and see how he occasionally steps back to gain perspective of what he is painting. Everybody put it down, so step back. Sometimes you got to step back to get perspective of what you are doing, of what you are painting, of what you are creating, of what you are building. Sometimes you got to step back, Jack. Likewise, you might benefit from such an approach. Step back and evaluate. How much of your full potential are you using? How much of your full potential are you using? Are you exercising your unique talents? Are you utilizing your precious gifts? It is all together in your hands. What's going on, Ms. Pat Moore? Thanks so much for joining. Make sure you inbox us later on. I'd like to talk to you about some stuff. And here is your affirmation of the day. Your affirmation of the day is: from this day forward, I will live up to my full potential in every area of my life. It's our affirmation. From this day forward, I will. You got to make it personal. I will live up to my full potential in every area of my life. How many guys today you agree with that affirmation? You're saying, I'm gonna take that with me, and I'm gonna repeat this all day long. From this day forward, I will live up to my full potential in every area of my life. So that's your daily motivation for African American success. I figured I would just continue to just add that into what we do here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Make sure we get prepared for our main message of the day. And again, we are continuing along in the book, Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Matter of fact, I looked on some of my friends, I guess on my Instagram page or whatever, they've been posting. I just got my new book. I'm like, oh wow, this is really something. People are picking up on this. They might not join the club, but they're getting the book. So that's good, good, good. Of course, it is a Black author, Mr. Dennis Kimbro. It's a guide to success for Black Americans. It's a book that's recommended by Black Enterprise. Said this book should be required reading for all African Americans truly committed to the pursuit of happiness and fulfillment. We are in chapter number 4. We continue along today in episode number 22, I believe, in the prerequisite to power. And our first piece passage is the fundamentals of faith. The fundamentals of faith. Please go ahead and like this and share this out as well. The fundamentals of faith. The fundamentals of faith begin with a burning desire for a specific, everybody put in console specific, for a specific purpose and a reason for that purpose. So you got to be specific in what it is that you're going after. You got to know exactly. Not only that, though, but you got to have a good enough reason. You got to know why. You got to know exactly, and you need to know why, right? So you can build up, you can fuel your desire. Now, you might have a wish, you might have a want, but what we're talking about is how to transform it into desire so that way you don't lose steam along the way into the realization of that which it is that you say you want. That's what it is that you hope for. That's what it is that you wish for. How to turn your wish, your want, your hope into desire. Specific. And why? As an illustration, consider for a moment the reason why you're reading this book. The object is, quite naturally, to acquire the ability to transfer thought into action and action into physical realities. In general, the fundamentals of faith are these. Number one, a positive mental attitude. A positive mental attitude. The removal of all negative emotions such as fear, hatred, jealousy, and greed is an outgrowth for our understanding of self-worth. Anyone who has advanced mankind through innovation or improved service has usually done so without the approval of so-called progressive men. Sometimes you're going to have to go against the grain. So sometimes you're going to have to do something different. Matter of fact, not sometimes. Most of the time, you're going to do something different than the status quo. You gotta step out away from, you gotta, like I say all the time, walk away from the crowd. Notice, anyone who has advanced mankind through innovation or improved service has usually done so without the approval of so-called progressive men. I want you to think about one person that you know of, that you have heard of, that you read about, that advanced mankind. And they did so without the approval of so-called progressive men. One such person, you might want to think about Jesus. He advanced mankind when he walked the earth, right? And he did so without the approval of the so-called progressive men. One person I think of right now that's doing that or trying to do that, Elon Musk. Not a lot of people are approving with what he's trying to do, but he's doing it against the so-called approval of so-called progressive men. So, listen, everybody ain't gonna agree with your road or with your journey, and many times it's a little bit lonely in that desert in the beginning. But then what happens when what you have dreamed about, what you have thought about, what you have wished for, what you have worked for comes to pass? Everybody want to get in the ark then. Everybody want to get Noah's ark once the ark is completed and the rain starts coming. Right? Edison's light bulb and the Wright brothers' conquering of the skies are worthy examples. A constant struggle, a ceaseless battle to bring success from inhospitable surroundings is the price of all great achievement. However, careful inventory of your past defeats and failures will demonstrate that all difficult experiences do carry the seed. Difficulties carry the seed of an equivalent or a greater benefit. Go back into your past and analyze the times you tasted defeat. Chances are that if you would have withstood defeat long enough for your wounds to heal, you would have been able to find the seed of an equivalent benefit. Search diligently for that seed, and sooner or later, you'll find it. Search for the seed. Search for the seed. Another fundamental of faith. Not only do you have the positive mental attitude, but you have the power of prayer. The power of prayer. Most people who believe in a higher power believe in prayer. It is through prayer that we commune with the infinite. It is through prayer that we align ourselves with universal principles, which if we obey and comprehend, big if we obey and comprehend, we can consciously use to further our ideals. Debbie Turner is a splendid example of this spiritual idea in action. Every man or woman is his own savior because each has his own different direct approach. And if he so chooses to abide in him, through prayer, each of us has the power of faith. Though few of us consciously use it, one does not possess this power over and above another or to a lesser or greater degree. It is a part of our divine heritage, the power of prayer. How many guys that are watching right now? You are praying. You pray a lot. I mean, you utilize the power of prayer. Like that's within you. I mean, I know now. I don't know. I mean, I kind of pray, but it's normally like at the end of my day, when I'm done with all the stuff and all the noise, I just thank you, Lord, just for another day. I appreciate you carrying me this far. Right? You just start. You just got some gratitude. You just, man, another day. I hope I wake up tomorrow. But if this be my last day, man, it was a good day. Thank you, Lord. Right? The power of prayer. Now, I think I'm going to add to this. Being in the power of prayer is so phenomenal because you recognize that you're not really by yourself, even when you might feel like you're alone. Why? Because God is with you. The universe is working in your behalf, on your behalf. You feel a sense of security, knowing that you are not by yourself, even when it seems like you are alone. Heavyweight boxing champion Joe Frazier once remarked, as important as road work is prayer. The business tycoon S.B. Fuller, in his quest for his definite purpose, once told a writer, I had exhausted every source of credit I knew. It was in the solitude of my room where I knelt down and prayed. My answer came within the next day. A man who later became president of Liberia, William Tubman, said this about prayer. When God has put a dream in your heart, he means to help you fulfill it. To gain his help, you must ask for it. And this asking is prayer. Armed only with his immovable faith and in the ultimate victory of his cause, a diminutive Gandhi-like figure has emerged as the most visible and most outspoken critic for social change in South Africa's brutal rule over 26 million blacks. He is the most Reverend Desmond Tutu, Anglican Archbishop of Cape Town and in 1984 Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Even in the face of constant government harassment, he has refused to be silent. The worst thing they can do to me, he says, is kill me. And death is not the end for someone who has faith. Look about you and you will find that the world's most successful people are those who readily apply faith through their capacity for prayer. Good morning to you, Alona. Thanks so much for joining. Through their capacity for prayer. If you got your book, we're on page 135. Their capacity for prayer. Again, guys, we're talking about the fundamentals of faith. Go ahead and hit this like button, that share button, let people know that we're here. Number 3. So not only a positive mental attitude and the power of prayer, the next fundamental of faith is self-suggestion. Self-suggestion. How many times have you heard it said, just believe you can do it and you can? Many stories have been told of the great reserves of the subconscious mind, how under its direction and by imparting its enormous strength, frail men and women have been able to perform feats far beyond their normal powers. It is the act of believing that is the starting force or generating action that leads great men and women to accomplishment. Come on, men, we can beat them, shout someone in command. Whether in a game or on a battlefield or in the strife of life, that sudden voicing of belief, challenging and electrifying, reverses the tide. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. This is what affirmations do for us, right? Self-suggestion. Our affirmation of the day again is something is from this day forward, I will live up to my full potential in every area of my life. That's called self-suggestion. Sometimes you got to psych yourself into belief. You got to psych yourself up. Ain't nobody, ain't too many other people going to do it. So sometimes you got to do it yourself. Similarly, a man engaged in concentrated effort often talks to the man within. This self-talk or self-suggestion, as it has been called, is completely self-contained. Self-talk is often the power that inspires the machinery of achievement into operation and causes the subconscious mind to begin its creative work. It is the repetition of words or phrases that transforms faith into belief and finally into accomplishment. Autosuggestion can take the form of thinking or seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, and smelling through the power of your imagination. Be the best. Be the best were the hypnotic words of faith that packed pride, a sense of mission, and achievement into the rich and rewarding life of Dr. Ronald McNair, Challenger astronaut. Edwin Moses, one-time world record holder in the 400-meter hurdles, utilized self-talk during the training sessions for the 1984 Summer Olympic Games by affirming his statement of faith and positive expectancy. I'm the best. Everybody put that in the comments below. I'm the best. He captured national acclaim as the gold medalist in this event. Now I want you to think about whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you're great at, and just simply say, I'm the best. Now this, you know what? I was thinking about this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was thinking about this, how it can be difficult because maybe it feels like it's a little conceited or self-absorbed or thinking more highly of yourself, quote unquote, that when we psych ourselves up, it may feel like, am I supposed to talk like this about myself? Shouldn't other people be talking about me like, no, I'm trying to tell you, I had to get over this. It took a while for my mind to say, no, it's okay for me to believe that I'm the best. And it's okay for me to tell myself that I'm the best. Now, for me to tell somebody else that I'm the best, I might not need to do that. But for me for me to confirm and to validate with myself that I'm the best, I think that's okay. I think that is quite okay. I'm the best. Now, as you say that, now I want you to think about what you are the best at, right? I truly believe that each and every one that's watching this and will watch this in the future, there is some area in life that you are a 10 at. Now, it doesn't mean that you got to be a 10 in every area of life. Obviously, you want to give your full potential, but you know this right here is what I'm great at. Now, here's the thing. As I talk about this, because I break this down all the time. In a corporation or an organization, typically there's a president, a vice president, a treasurer, a secretary. Now, the president might be the best at being the president. The vice president might be the best at being the vice president. But it doesn't mean that the vice president is going to be the best president. It doesn't mean the vice president is going to be the best treasurer or secretary, but he's the best vice president. This is why, like in football, for example, you might have a great offensive or defensive coordinator. They are the best at that. But then when they can become a coach, a head coach, they might fall flat on their face. Why? Because they were the best offensive coordinator. They were the best at that. They were not the best as a head coach. And so I'm telling you, when you and I become comfortable in being the best at what we are the best at, right? I'm telling you, you can make a whole bunch of money just being the best secretary. You don't have to elevate beyond your best because that's what you're the best at. Sometimes you got to say no to what we would consider to be a promotion. Because there's a lot of different ways that you can be promoted and still do what you do best. Oh boy, they're going deep for some people. They don't, because we think, okay, well, it's more money, so let me take this position because I need to make more money, but it's not what I'm the best at. And then what we find is listen. You ever think about this for a second? When people get promoted, let's just say on the job, and now they used to be I don't know, they used to be your coworker, now they're your boss. And you find they're not the best boss. You got promoted, you make more money, but you're not the best boss. You hardly ever see a situation where they may get demoted back to what they're best at. They'll get fired, lose a job because they're not the best at being a supervisor, but they were the best at something. So instead of the company saying, hey, you're not, we can't really, this right here isn't working, let's go find another position that you're the best at, what do? They fire them. So you get promoted, but then you get fired. But yet you still have qualities that you're the best at. And this is where I think a lot of businesses are making their mistake. They're not finding, okay, well, before I fire you or I let you go, let me find out what you are best at and let me put you in the best position for you to not only succeed, but for you to help our company or our business succeed. Oh, they don't want to bring me in and start talking. They don't want to bring me in. Everybody put the count. Let's do it again. Everybody put the count on I'm the best. I'm the best. I know we got to get it out this morning. I'm the best. I'm telling you, when you walk in your lane, that you are the best at. There is no way you cannot, there's no way for you to not receive favor, not receive benefits, not receive your harvest, whatever that may be. I want us to start thinking about harvest. Harvest is way more than just money. Way more than just money. If you can keep your head when all about you, if you can keep your head when all about you. During 1968, his first year with professional football's Oakland Raiders, Art Shell had memorized a poem by Rudyard Kipling's If. If you keep your head when all about you, are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. Shy and soft-spoken, but not easily intimidated, even as a rookie offensive lineman, Art Shell shared a private dream with his teammate Gene Upshaw of someday becoming an NFL head coach. At 6 feet 5 inches and weighing more than 300 pounds, Shell could shock opponents with his size alone. But he was a gentle giant. Moreover, he was an intelligent player who fastidiously scribbled detailed notes in his playbook. In team meetings, he was always asking probing questions regarding strategy. Night after night, he studied. Night after night, he studied game films at home. He made it his business to learn what each offensive player's assignment was on every day. Listen to that. Night after night, he studied, and then he made it his business to learn. Night after night, he studied, and then he made it his business to learn. During the off seasons, Shell volunteered as a line coach with area colleges. He worked at this every year until he retired in 1982. In an illustrious 15-year career, all with the Raiders, he had played in the Pro Bowl 8 times, anchored an offensive line that took his team to 2 Super Bowl titles, and in 1989 was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Nonetheless, at 42, with his playing days behind him, Art Shell wondered if he would ever get an opportunity to coach on a professional level. He pondered his future and quietly recited the poem he had learned 21 years ago. The answer to his question would come sooner than he thought. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will, which says to them, hold on. In 1982, Shell was offered the job as Raiders offensive line coach, working under then coach Mike Shanahan. Shell eagerly took on his new responsibilities and did everything he could to foster a winning image. But Shanahan had his problems. He had coached the Raiders to an 8-12 record in less than 2 seasons, becoming the first coach in 27 years to leave the franchise with a losing record. With the program in disarray and Al Davis, the Raiders owner, dissatisfied with the direction of the club, Shanahan was dismissed. In a major turn of events, Davis then selected Shell to direct the team. For Art Shell and a race of people, the historic event came on October 3rd, 1989. The NFL had its first black head football coach. Art Shell, the first black head football coach in the NFL. If you can feel the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worthy of a distant run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. That's the Rudyard Kipling's poem, If. Some say that success is timing. Some say it's destiny or luck. But for 21 years, it was auto-suggestion that inwardly directed Art Shell. For his entire football career, he had used that poem as a point of reference. These are fundamentals of major importance that prepare the mind for the expression of faith. The man who has faith in himself. Everybody put in the console, I got faith in myself. The man who has faith in himself brings under control and direction those powers of his subconscious. He also inspires a similar feeling in the minds and hearts of others with whom he comes into contact. A study of achievers will disclose the proof that those who arrive or do things are marked by a deep intuitive faith in themselves. These individuals overcome temporary defeat and use their failures as stepping stones to ultimate victory. They are the living expressions of Henley's Invictus. They indeed are the masters of their fate and the captains of their souls. Unfortunately and unnecessarily, there are far too many. There are far too many who live dissatisfied lives. There are far too many. Now, I hope and pray that those who are tuning into this are not part of the many who are living dissatisfied lives. And maybe if you are, that you become a part of the few who decide to take control of your life. And how do you do that? You first have to take control of your mind. There are far too many. Now, when I say this in my heart, I'm thinking about black folk. There are far too many black folk who are living dissatisfied lives. Counted within these ranks are Black Americans, too many, oh wow, too many to number. Every crowded project or public housing tenement harbors the lives of those who drift through life without a major purpose or goal. You ever talk to a young brother or sister, a son, a daughter, a niece, or a nephew? And they could be, in the teens or in the middle age, or up 20 to under 25. And when you ask them questions, you can tell that they have no purpose, no goal. They're just here, drifting aimlessly. I mean, that's got to be one of the saddest sights to experience. All the potential, able. These are able-bodied people, right? They got all they functioning. They can function, but they have no goal. I mean, that's sad. That's sad. And I've been there. I ain't sad because it's sad because I was there. It was sad when it was me. This is why we do this. This is why we do this. To help cure that sickness, to help cure that illness or that disease. It's called the disease of the mind. This is why we do this. Who don't apply the power of these principles of faith. These lives are wrecked by the aimless expenditure of time, companion with a litany of self-limiting and negative beliefs. Every day, there are those who lose faith in themselves and then blame their loss on others. This is one of man's greatest faults, to blame his family or his spouse for his laziness and his failures, when his own inability to coordinate his activities and direct his minds to the end of his own choice lies within himself. Listen to the words of one inner city resident described a life full of despair. We got civil rights, we got welfare, But look around here, he says, as he kicks a pile of empty beer cans littering the sidewalk. When I was growing up in Mississippi, we were poor. All right, but we didn't have madness. Now we're just stuck here in this ghetto, watching Oprah Winfrey on TV and listening to gunshots at night. What has gone wrong for the 5 million Black Americans still trapped in festering inner city ghettos? Why do 1/3 of all Black families remain mired in poverty? Why is the jobless rate for Black teenagers nearly 40%? Why are 60% of all Black children born out of wedlock? And why has the American ghetto become a self-perpetuating nightmare of fatherless children, welfare dependency, crime, gangs, drugs, and despair? The answer is clear. Does discrimination play a part? Certainly. How about the lack of a quality education? That too has done its fair share of damage, but the real cause remains hidden from view. These depressed souls have never taken hold of the power that lies within their grasp. Applied faith. Go back through the pages of time and you will observe that the story of civilization's unfolding leads invariably to the works of men and women who cracked open the door to achievement using applied faith as the master key. Observe too that great achievements are always born out of hardship and struggle and barriers that seem insurmountable. Obstacles that yield to nothing but an indomitable will are overcome by an abiding faith. This is why history is so valuable. Because if we learn from history, we'll see clues of men and women who have overcome to do great things for the advancement of themselves first, but then also mankind. They didn't necessarily have it easy. They have gone through the ghetto, they've gone through poverty, they've gone through illiteracy, they've gone through just what many of us go through today. The question is, are we going to be the people that are victim of our circumstances, or are we going to be the overcomers of our situations? I'm telling you, there's a difference between the victim mindset and the overcoming mindset. And you and I have to choose. It's called perspective. And having faith in your ability to overcome is the beginning of you overcoming. To blame everything on everybody else and never look at yourself. In other words, to focus on what you can't control instead of putting all of your attention on what you can control. You. That's the difference. That's a major difference. And the achievers and the drifters of this world. This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, Reading Rainbow 2.0, where Black folk do read. You put in a book, we absolutely will find it. In the comments below, I'd like for you to share a seed of thought that has made a difference for you today. We always ask this because we want to make sure anytime we broadcast that there is value that you get, because if there's no value that you're getting, then it's a waste of time and we shouldn't do this. So what is something that stuck with you today? What's something that you're like, man, I'm gonna chew on that. I'm really gonna put some energy of thought into what was discussed on that topic. Go ahead and put that in the comments below. And while you guys are doing that, I understand that I talk way faster than you type, so I'll share a few things with you before we end this broadcast. Today's episode was brought to you by ERGJ Black Bazaar, where you can pick up your journals. Again, go to www.ergjblackbazaar.com, www.ergjblackbazaar.com. Pick up your journals today. Also, if you're an author, you've written a book, and you think it'll be great for what we do here, make sure you inbox us, DM us, whatever you got to do to get in touch with us and let us know. So we'll review your book and see if we can add it to our rotation here on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. And then also, and then last but not least, maybe you're a business that provides a product or a service and you like to sponsor this show. You like for us to help you sell more of your stuff by broadcasting across our 20,000 some odd plus followers in our network. Well, you have an opportunity to do that as well. make sure you inbox us. Let us know that you're interested in sponsoring a show for little to no cost, and we'll help promote what you do as long as it makes sense for us. Of course, we don't go beyond our moral compass, but if you provide a service or product that's useful to our community and you want us to promote it for you, that's what we'll do. Now, here's the deal. Why do I do this? Because I understand that we must become our own advertising. We must become our own word of mouth. We must market for each other because many of us do not have the capital to have big marketing budgets. So why not use what I consider to be peer-to-peer marketing? We do it for everybody else. Why not do it for ourselves? Well, guys, this is New Black Wall Street Book Club. And I'm telling you, man, you begin to take control of your mind. You fix your mind, you will fix everything else in your life. Fix your mind, you'll fix your money. Fix your mind, you'll fix your relationships. Fix your mind, and you will fix everything else in your life. Miss Jacqueline Megan says, spend more time talking to my girls about purposely designing their life. Absolutely. A purpose, a goal. Man, I'm telling you, that's the ship that has a target, and they start heading in that direction. As Vivian said, man, develop a positive mental attitude with faith and prayer to overcome limitations. Absolutely. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. Oh, yeah, that's right. Last thing, you can join the Black Billionaires Club. That's right. You have an opportunity to do that. Just simply go to theblackbillionairesclub.com. We got that pinned in our comments. You can see it in the text as well. Join the Black Billionaires Club today to get your personal development like we're doing here on a deeper level, business development to help you to grow your business, financial literacy so you can learn about money, and also investment education so you can then take that money and learn how to make it work harder for you than you work for your money. Hey, man, it takes a village and it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, people. But guess what? That's enough. Man, I pray to God preserve each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow. We do this every day. We'll be back tomorrow here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it's Sunday, but we still got to do this because we got to fight for our spirit and our mind every day. Man, until next time, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
New black. It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Wall Street with your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now you ain't gotta leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.